Good evening and welcome into Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Alex. Lord, a lot to unpack on today's show, starting with the news from today that Sean Murphy will miss 4 to 6 weeks. The injury bug stuck through those cold months of the winter, and it strikes with the exact same guy that it struck to start last year on opening day, but this time it starts in spring training.
Cracked rib, it's one of those things, almost like a freak injury, fastball to the ribs. I see a lot of Braves fans talking about Sean Murphy's made of glass this, made of glass that. First of all,
that would hurt a glass house.
95. Yeah.
95.
First of all, he's been one of the most durable catchers since he became a starter in Oakland. He was an Iron Man for the A's, and obviously the oblique and the ribs since coming to Atlanta, I wouldn't necessarily put at his feet. Especially the cracked ribs. So I think we should squash that right now. I mean, I can't believe I see some Braves fans talking about, how he's injury prone now, or and you could talk about the trade as a whole, but to say he's injury prone is just absolutely insane. Yeah, Drake Baldwin and William Contreras getting out of the way of a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's real good stuff, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad luck. There's
just bad luck.
There's nothing about it. But there is a lot to unpack about this, and we can talk about. First of all, I want to push back on the Sean Murphy detractors that are already, because of this injury, saying he's going to have a built-in excuse. He's going to suck. Let's take a look at something. And Grant McCauley tweeted this out, and I think it's very important for people to understand. Sean Murphy, when he is behind the plate, the Braves pitcher's ERA is around 2.85. It's a full run worse with any other catcher behind it. So
including Darno.
Yeah, just think about that for a second. I mean, that's basically a 2-year sample size. That's basically a run a game. That's a home run a game. What he brings defensively, and it's not just the framing and the blocking, it's the entire package. It's the entire package. The guys feeling comfortable knowing that they have a wall behind the plate. They can throw whatever they want in the dirt. They know he's going to keep an eye on the run game for them so they can fully focus on their task at hand, calling the game. Like you said, it is so imperative to have a guy back there. It's such a weapon for pitchers. So he does impact the game. Does his offense need to be better? Absolutely moving forward. But I think you can look at that oblique strain. And listen, a crack rig's not going to be easy to come back for either. That's not going to be something that's going to be feeling great whenever they do. But they do have this guy, Drake Baldwin, who can step up in his place. And we'll see if that's going to be where they go, if they go in that direction to start the season. Because he's been raking. He has been, ever since Drake Baldwin got called up to AAA. It doesn't matter if it's the Arizona Fall League, spring training, with the Stripers. The guy's just mashing.
Yeah, and I want to circle back to the Sean Murphy thing. And there was a clear motivating factor in moving William Contreras, who was coming off of an all-star campaign, looked like a budding star in this league. And it was his defense, and it was his inability behind the plate that made Alex Anthopoulos go out and get Sean Murphy. Mark Bowman reported that pitchers didn't even want to throw to William Contreras. And now, obviously, he has improved in that area dramatically with the Brewers. But that's not to say he would have had that same exact development track with Atlanta. In fact, you've pointed out before, a lot of people have as well, that the Brewers have that knack for developing catchers defensively. So for people that are just saying, well, look what Wild Bill has turned into, it wasn't guaranteed that he was going to develop defensively like that in Atlanta at all. And the Braves, with their lineup, were like, you know what, we are willing to give up a little offensively at the position if we get a lot more defensively, because everybody else is going to make up for that difference in offense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, did the Braves probably lose the William Contreras, Sean Murphy trade? There's still a lot of time for that to sort itself out. They probably did.
Who definitely lost? The A's.
They probably did, because William Contreras is a star player.
He's the best catcher in baseball right now.
He's up there. If he's not number one, he's number 2 or 3. Yeah. I mean, he's been unbelievable, and it sucks that he's not on the team. But the Braves catching situation isn't in this dire spot, because Sean Murphy, he's going to be back probably pretty early. Hopefully he comes back, hits better than he did. He's elite defensively. It's not the worst contract in baseball. It's not going to stop the Braves from doing what they can do at other positions. And Drake Baldwin is a budding star. Like it could be a lot worse. Like there are a lot worse situations, a lot worse moves, a lot of other things that can be talked about this Braves lineup. But the Braves' current catcher situation with what they have for the future in Drake Baldwin and what they have in the now in Sean Murphy, it's pretty damn good. There's a lot of teams that would take that.
And can we all just pump the brakes? I love Drake Baldwin, and I think he's going to be a stud in this league. And I think that, this might be a silver lining because we'll be able to probably see Drake Baldwin earlier than we would have had Sean Murphy not got injured. Everybody, and there's a lot of big names and voices in Atlanta media, the official radio partner of the Atlanta Braves, to name a couple, who are just automatically assuming that Drake Baldwin is going to immediately be this star in the league. I don't think people realize how big of a jump it is from AAA to the major leagues. Now, again, if I had to put my money on it, I would say he's probably going to succeed. But everybody just automatically assuming and being like, sweet, now we can turn the page on Sean Murphy. His time in Atlanta is done. Drake Baldwin is the here and now. We haven't seen this guy take a single pitch in the major leagues. Like, why is everybody jumping to this conclusion is beyond me.
I think it's more just exciting. And then I think there's, the aspect that the Braves have just been elite at developing talent. Like, we've been blessed with guys coming year after year that have come up and made immediate impacts. We're used to it. Now, this doesn't happen everywhere else, but the Braves, we become accustomed to a Spencer Schwellenbach, a Michael Harris, a Spencer Strider.
I'd say more recently, the position players, I'd say Nacho, disappointing. Vaughn Grissom, disappointing.
Played 8 games.
I agree. But that's what all I'm saying is, like, these guys came up and everybody, because the Atlanta Braves have, like you said, the track record with success is obviously there, that everybody just assumes it's going to happen again. And I just want to know that a proven commodity is always better than a hopeful commodity.
Yeah, I mean, listen, for every Michael Harris, there's a Christian Pache who is going to be the next Andrew Jones. And what did he do? Played 30 games total for the Braves and is now bouncing around the leagues as a defensive replacement that can't hit the ball. So, yeah, there's absolutely worry there. The thing is, I just think Drake Baldwin, his bat is so enticing and so exciting. I think that's where everyone comes from. And then we can have that conversation later, though. Like, people
are like, well, yeah, is Sean going to get his job back? It's like, what?
I got asked that question, and I was like, at the end of the day, the Braves, by the end of this season, no matter what happens, if Sean Murphy struggles when he comes back, if Drake Baldwin tears the cover, they're going to play their best players. Like, they're going to worry about Sean Murphy and moving it and doing whatever in the future. Like, at the end of this season, when push comes to shove and we need to win baseball games to get hopefully another World Series in the trophy case, we're going to play our best players, whether that's Sean Murphy, whether that's Drake Baldwin. That's not going to just be offense. It's going to be the totality. Is Drake Baldwin's offense so much better than Sean Murphy's defense that they start him? It's going to be a combination.
Circumstances matter. Like last year, we needed every single bit of offense we possibly could have, and that is why Travis d'Arnaud got as many starts as he did when Sean Murphy did return from injury, is because while Sean Murphy is a much better defensive catcher than Travis d'Arnaud, his stick wasn't there, and we desperately needed offense. So circumstances matter as well.
Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, they're going to put the best foot forward. I think this is a tremendous opportunity if the Atlanta Braves, yes. I mean, there's also service time manipulation. Like, people don't want to talk about it, but that is definitely something that the Atlanta Braves and any club, when talking about top prospects, are considering. So I'm interested to see if they give Drake Baldwin the shot. My gut tells me they're going to go ahead and do it, simply just because the Braves have never been hesitant to bring up their talent, and they've never really been too concerned about the service time. If you're ready, they're going to give you an opportunity. So my gut says leans toward they're going to do it. Agreed. And I think he's ready. I mean, listen,
offensively, you've seen enough.
I mean, and thinking about that lineup with him in there, if he hits, even close to what he hit in AAA, I mean, the depth of the lineup is stupid. It's stupid at that point. I mean, he could be hitting 9th for this team with Ronald Acuna Jr. coming back and protecting him. I mean, that's a realistic possibility. So glass half full, glass half empty. We'll see how the Braves play it moving forward with Sean Murphy out for 4 to 6 weeks.